Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your past love reading for December and January. So, I wanted to give you this reading for those of you who are interested in someone from your past, a person that you've had relationship with, or maybe you connected but nothing really happened, and you're wondering what's going on, what they're thinking, what they're doing, what they're feeling towards this. Are they going to take any action? What's stopping them? And all that good stuff. We're gonna dive into it. So we're gonna look at the situation right now, the blockages that this connection has, what they're thinking, feeling, doing, messages that they have for you, and the possible outcome, the possible steps that they're gonna take. Or maybe not, we're gonna have a look. This is a general reading, just remember that I do offer those readings as private readings for your specific situation. So if you're interested in that, have a look at the description down below. I listed all of the information there. There's also a list of the tarot decks and oracle decks that I'm using here today. So let's start with the situation. Let's see what's going on. So we have the oracle card, and it says Earth, learning how to be human in the world but not of it. So what I feel with this card is that I feel like it's very difficult for this person to live a normal life at the moment for some reason. We're gonna have a look if there is any explanation in the tarot. That they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to have normal, what we consider, normal relationships, normal connection with others. They could have lived in some kind of bubble. So the environment that they were surrounded with could have been a little bit different to what we usually, have. So that's why they also may kind of feel like they don't really fit right in. But also I feel like they think of this connection between two of you as something special, as something that is, more difficult to explain. And it's not, it's magical. There is something, special about it that is not very earthy. So let's have a look at the situation. We have Two of Wands. We have the Tower, okay, and we have Seven of Cups. Okay, so what I'm feeling is that in a past, you've been wishing and hoping for this situation to evolve, to grow. I feel like you both kind of wanted it, but it was never going the way it was supposed to be going. I feel like there was a lot of untold things, lack of clarity, lack of vision, how to move forward with that. There could have been some kind of illusion. Maybe you felt like you couldn't figure this person out. They could have hide themselves and their emotions in different behaviors that were kind of misleading. It was a chance for something great, but it never really, you never really received this clarity about what's going on with this connection. So I feel like you're still not sure about this person and about this situation. Maybe it just ended up, being this thing that it kind of dissolved because you just didn't know. You just didn't know if that's gonna work, if this person even wants you, if they're really interested or not. Maybe their behaviors didn't match how they truly felt about this. But what I'm saying right now is this person is going through some kind of very, very difficult and powerful moment in their life. What I see, it's very interesting because with the Tower, we do have that lightning that, hits the tree and everything is burning. And we have this lightning here as well. So that tells me it's a very powerful, transformative moment in their life. I don't feel like it relates to you and this situation. I feel like they could be at the moment just going through something that is very difficult and painful, and that is changing the way they see things, the way they see the world, the way they may take decisions and take action. I feel like this situation that they're going through affects their future as well. So nothing will be the same. The plans that they've made, the whatever they were thinking that they're gonna do, I feel like all of this is changing right now. It's completely evolving. Because of that. So that could affect also why they may feel kind of like the lack of control, and like they're kind of suspended, and they struggle with kind of accepting what is going on and what is happening with them. So they may be going through a very, very difficult time that affects the decision that they're also an action that they're gonna take towards that relationship. Maybe they were planning to reach out to you. Maybe they decided, okay, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna try it. They had all of this figured out, and then suddenly something happened in their life that is changing their decisions and their plans for the future. It is a big energy. It is really big energy. So that could be potentially very much difficult, life changing situation. Yeah. That's what I'm feeling here. Let's have a look at the blockages. The blockages that this connection had. It could be something that this person is, struggling with. This could be also what you're struggling with, or both of you. You'll know how it resonates in your situation. So we have the Seeker. I'm going to talk about each card in a second. Avenger, Thief, and Pioneer. Okay, so there are two cards that are quite similar energy, so I'm gonna talk about it together. The Seeker and Pioneer tells me that someone had inability to commit to relationship. They in general have difficulties to commit to something. It looks like that's a person who cannot decide on a path. They struggle with making that decision. They're maybe constantly changing their mind. Maybe they're like, okay, I want that relationship, and then suddenly, oh no, I want something else. With the Pioneer, it's also someone who feel like they need to keep moving, that they cannot. I feel like there is this energy here of someone who feels like they cannot be in a stable, committed relationship. They need to be on a move. They cannot settle down. That's not the life for them. That's not what they could have in their life. And there's this need to constantly move. So maybe, things were not clear because they were kind of behaving, sometimes it felt like they want to be with you and they want that relationship, and then the next moment it looked like they were kind of moving on, and that they didn't want to commit. And maybe that's why all of it was so confusing, because you didn't know what the true intention of that person is. And I felt like there must have been, this connection between two of you, and probably they felt that emotion. It is the fact that they just in general felt like they cannot be in a stable relationship, or they cannot create a stable partnership with someone. They need to, run. For some of them, it could be just running away from commitment. It could be that runner chaser, energy. Then we have the Thief. So with the Thief energy, it's someone. What I feel with this card is kind of taking the advantage of how you feel towards them. That's what I'm feeling here. Is is opening up, I mean, letting you open up towards them, and have hopes that something's gonna work out, and some you're gonna build that relationship, because everything kind of led to it, and then they just couldn't do it, and they took whatever you gave them, but then they left. So they kind of took all of the abundance, emotional abundance that you gave towards them, and they left you kind of with nothing else. And then we have the Avenger. With the Avenger energy, this is a little bit more difficult one. Let me see if I can get something else to clarify that Avenger energy. Oh, okay, I have cards on the floor. 1 second. Oh, okay, there are too many cards here. Why do we have this Avenger energy? Because it feels like they with the Avenger, what I feel like is that I always feel like they need to fight for what's theirs and what's right for them. And they always feel like the whole world is against them, like things are going against them. It never really works for them. And maybe that's why they feel like, because they don't let themselves have things. They don't let themselves have this relationship, because they leave before it actually happens. But I feel like then what they do is they kind of blame the world for it, blame others for it. And I feel like they need to fight every time they need to fight, and they never get things that they want. But the truth is, the problem is not in the environment and the outside. Nothing is taking things from them. It's them not giving themselves that chance to to experience things. That's what I'm feeling here. Okay, so let's have a look at what they are thinking about this connection. And we have the Starseed. So this is a card specifically that is in that deck. It's not one of the 78 tarot cards. So I feel like what they're thinking is that there is connection between two of you. There is something that is still keeping you connected. There is some kind of higher power. There is this energetic bond between two of you. That's why it's so difficult to forget about this person. And with the Earth learning how to be human in the world, but not of it, they also recognize that this is something than just regular earthly connection. There is this bond that is keeping you connected, and they recognize that, they see that. So what they're doing, we have Queen of Cups. So I feel like they're in a very sensitive place right now. Maybe because of all of the changes and difficulties that they're going through right now in their life. They are very, very sensitive. They're kind of opening up emotionally a little bit, but I feel like, first of all, with themselves, about how they truly feel and what's going on, and how kind of damaged they are after all of this. I feel like they need to regain that peace and calmness in their life. And I feel like that's what they're trying to do now. They're trying to find a purpose, a reason, healing, understanding, a lot of very deep thinking about life and in general. And I feel like they miss you. They there is this, like, they're looking up and thinking about that connection that is out of this world, so they feel that connection, uh, but they just feel it. They don't really take any action towards it at the moment. They recognize that it's there, they feel it, they feel the emotion, but they're also quite sensitive at the moment, and they need to deal with that. They need to deal with that emotional uproar, whatever that was, that, shaking their world and changed the path that they wanted to take in life, and probably in this relationship as well. So let's have a look at what they're feeling towards you. We have Page of Pentacles. So I feel like they feel like there is a possibility for you, both of you, to kind of rebuild that connection if the time was right, and if they were ready to do that, and if you wanted to do that. And they also feel like this is something that has the potential, and has the potential for long-term commitment and relationship, something that is stable and gives you a lot of grounding, and something that can last much longer. So they see that, and they see that there may be possibility of a new opportunity at some point. However, looking at the cards at the moment, this is, for me, this is not now, unless they suddenly got this enlightenment and they felt like they need to talk to you. But for most of you, I'm gonna say that they're going through very difficult time that altered their plans, and they won't be reaching out just yet. They need to first deal with that, with whatever has happened, and heal that internally within them, because they're quite raw if it comes to their emotions at the moment. So let's have a look at the messages that your person has towards you. One, or could, take whatever message resonates. It could be one, it could be all of them. I'm just gonna put it out there. Okay, so the first one is, release your attachment to me. So they do recognize, again, they do recognize that there is this connection that is something more than just, your regular connection, something that is more difficult to release. But they are telling you, release your attachment to me. They're probably not ready to, join you at the moment. So they don't want you to wait. That's why they're telling you to let them go. Please give me space to heal. Okay, so this confirms what I've been saying here. There was something that happened. It could be a health thing. It could be a health thing. It could be also just opening up to whatever was not working in their life, and needed to be destroyed in order for them to change the path that they're on. However, it affects very strongly how they feel at the moment, and now they need that time to heal emotionally and find themselves again. And this card confirms that. I can't be bothered. I'm so exhausted from this. Okay, so I do feel like this doesn't relate to this relationship, this connection. They're not bothered and exhausted from this relationship. I feel like they are exhausted from whatever is happening or has happened recently in their life, because this is a lot. This is a very big change that is very difficult to accept and to pick yourself up afterwards. So I feel like they just don't have the capacity, emotional capacity at the moment to build anything with you, to reach out to you, to connect with you, because they just don't have any energy left for that. They need to take care of themselves first. And that's what I'm feeling here. So let's have a look at the possible action that this person could potentially take towards you or not. We're gonna see in December and January. We have the Judgment. Okay, so this is, let me clarify, but this is just realization. This is working through all of that difficult energy that is happening in their life right now. This is climbing and fighting. Oh my gosh, so many. Fighting for survival, basically, that's what I'm feeling. And yeah, we have Eight of Pentacles. They are working on themselves. They're trying to remove themselves from that difficult situation. And there is so much determination that they need to put into it. Um, okay, let me just quickly have a look at whatever we have here. Yeah. They're doing this in order to be happy in the future, in order to have that, chance to be happy with you at some point or in general in the future. But at the moment, as you can see, I feel like they're making that decision to this realization and this decision not to pursue this at the moment, to stay away. We have the Hermit as well, so they need to work on themselves. This is a big message. They realize this, they know this, they may communicate that to you. This is again Nine of Pentacles. They're both Virgo energy. And both are very, separate and independent energies. They need to find that happiness and balance in their own life before they can come to you. And they miss you. They realize that, they're losing that opportunity, and they're staying away from you and staying away from what possibly could be a beautiful connection. But at the moment, they just know that they wouldn't be able to do that. They wouldn't be able to make you happy because they're not happy. They have a long way to go. They need to learn the lessons. They need to realize everything that needs to be realized. They need to heal from whatever has been happening in their life at the moment. And only then they would be able to do it and to connect with you. And I feel like this decision to not to do it is very difficult for them. But they know that this is the best thing that they can do right now. They cannot give you whatever you want, and they're not the person yet that you want them to be. And they are taking this very, very clear. They very clearly feel that and know that they cannot do it at the moment. It hurts them a lot, the fact that, this is not working, but it feels like they're drowning in their own things, in their own emotions, in their own problems that they're facing right now. So they cannot do it both. They need to focus on getting themselves out of this situation first before they can come to you. Please let me know, Cancer, if that's your story and if that's your message and if you resonate with that. I absolutely love reading your comments and seeing that, those messages and those readings resonate with you. It's just lovely to know that, this has value to some people. And if you want a private reading with me, this type of reading or anything else, please check out the description down below. I listed all of the information there on how to reach me and how to get a personal reading with me. And I also post a lot of different, readings. So if you are interested in that, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, Cancer, and I'll see you next time. Bye!